Let's start by reaching the arms out to the sides, coming up onto the toes. And as you exhale, let's curl ourselves down, starting by opening up through the spine nice and slowly. Inhale, drawing the arms back up through the central line of the body, and again coming up onto the toes, creating that length between each vertebra before once again curling yourself down a little slower this time. Nice deep breaths, perhaps in through nose, out through mouth, or in and out through the nose. Perhaps a little gentle sway to help you get into the breath, get into the body. And if you need to support the torso a little more, perhaps hands to the shins or the calves. Whatever you need, whatever allows you to feel a little more open before curling yourself up, reaching the arms up, and once again coming up onto the toes. Hands through the midline, breathing in, and exhale, diving down, supporting as you need. The spine does take some time to stretch out if we spend a lot of time in certain positions. So just taking your time, supporting yourself as you need to, and perhaps taking hold of opposite elbows if you want a little bit more weight to lengthen that lower back. A little sway, perhaps helping to open up the muscles a little more before slowly drawing yourself up as you release the elbows, moving through the neck and shoulders that little bit more, and through the hips that little bit more, just helping to open out that blood circulation and also release the tension in the muscles. Let's draw those arms up and interlace the fingers to create the length in the arms as well as the spine. And then gently drawing the hands back behind, backs of hands to touch, and then slowly drawing yourself down once again, curling through that spine. Bend the knees as much as you need to get the hands to the floor. Inhale, gently lengthening the spine, heart forwards, pistol grip around the big toes, and exhale, folding yourself down. Maybe a little movement through the head, the neck, just helping to release any tension as you keep drawing those shoulders away from the ears. Maybe a little nod forward and back. And then perhaps taking the hands behind the calves and folding yourself a little deeper. Maybe even hands behind the back of the head to help open through the base of the skull. Whatever feels good. Remember, honor your body. You don't need to do everything exactly as you can see me doing it or hear me doing it. Let's inhale halfway. Positioning the hands wherever feels most comfortable for you, either repeating the same as before or this time palms underneath the feet. Bend the elbows and again fold your torso forward, belly towards the thighs. If the hamstrings are tight, you bend the knees. Again, honor your body, make sure you can breathe. Inhale, let's gently release those hands and curl ourselves up, one vertebra at a time. Reach the arms out and exhale, coming up onto the toes. As you're ready, hands down through the central line once again, projecting the fingers down and then sweeping the hands behind. Taking the heels of the hands to the top of the pelvis and drawing the elbows towards each other. You can adjust the hands so the fingers point down if you like. However, what we're really trying to do here is keep the lower back nice and long, and you lengthen your heart up towards the sky. Drop the shoulders back as far as you can, drawing them towards each other, elbows towards each other, and gently press into the top of the pelvis. This is helping to stretch out through the front of the hips and also extends through the spine, opening through the heart. Gently drawing up as you're ready, and maybe a little movement through the neck, reaching the arms out to the sides just to help release any tension through the top of the shoulders. And then once again, let's repeat. Hands to the back, heels of the hands press gently into the pelvis, slight bend in the knees, and then opening through the body. If you wish to take it a little deeper, maybe reaching your right arm back behind you. This adds a little bit more of a core element and also helps to open up through the side of the chest with the arm reaching backwards. Again, make sure you can breathe. Only move as far as feels comfortable. Let's inhale to draw ourselves up. And then once again, reach those arms out to the sides. Drawing up, once again, coming up on those toes. All this teaching the spine to lengthen. Gravity is always pressing down from the head down, unless we're lying down. So by doing this, it just helps to rebalance. Beautiful work. As you're ready, after that little break, let's come up onto the toes once again. Drawing the hands back through the heart space and curling yourself down to the floor, bending the knees as much as you need to. Inhale halfway, hands to shins, and then exhale, folding down, stepping back into your plank position and taking the knees down. Hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Gently lowering down through chaturanga and releasing the legs out from underneath you, tops of the feet to the floor. Press into the hands to open gently through your chest into your cobra, lifting the palms away from the floor. And then gently releasing the forehead down. Pressing into the hands, drawing the hips back towards the heels. Just really stretching out through those arms. Opening out through the back of the hips. As you're ready, we're going to reach the right arm out to the right side. Left hand follows, left hip sinks down to the floor, laterally flexing through the spine now. This means opening up through the sides of the spine. As you're ready, swapping over to the other side, right hip moves over to right side. This helps to stretch out that little bit more across the top of the hips and lower back. As you're ready, hands back to center. Nice deep breath in. And then finding your downward facing dog. You keep the knees bent as much as you need to. And then maybe moving the knees over towards your left, hips over to right. And then swapping over to the other side, just helping once again to open up through the waist, through the lower back. Remembering you can move. Let your body move. The hamstrings are tight. You just keep the knees bent in your downward facing dog. And when you're ready, let's take the knees down. Slowly drawing yourself up, taking the hands to the hips and stepping your right foot forwards. Toes and kneecap in line. Let's interlace the fingers and gently press into that right knee. Allowing the hips to draw forwards and down, however, making sure we're not compromising that lower back. You lift the hips if you need to, and then when you're ready, left arm reaches back, just once again helping to stretch it out. From here, let's plant that left hand down and perhaps bind the right arm. Slowly drawing that right arm back when you're ready. Planting it down to the inside of that right foot and then maybe bind the left arm. Inhale, drawing back up, planting both hands and then heel toe that right foot out to the right side, perhaps rolling over onto the outer edge of the right foot. Helping again to open through the hips. Keeping that core engaged, drawing up through the pelvic floor. And then when you're ready, perhaps moving into our binding sequence. Just gently taking hold of that left foot, drawing the heel in towards the buttock if that feels okay, and then releasing the foot back down, planting that right hand and placing the knees underneath the hips, opening through the chest into our cow, and then rounding through the spine into our cat. So this is called Bidalasana. Just a transition that helps to open the spine from flexion into extension. So as the belly comes down, we come into extension. As the belly draws back towards the spine, we're in flexion. When you're ready, let's swap it over. So we're going to step that left foot forwards. Position that right knee so you feel comfortable. And then inhale, reaching the arms up to keep the spine nice and long. Interlace fingers, and when you're ready, lunging forwards. Keep that knee above the ankle. Don't let it move too far forwards. And if you wish, right arm reaches back this time, lengthening that little bit more through the front of the right hip. Planting that right hand down, and when you're ready, left arm sweeps open. Perhaps bind, so back of hand comes to the body, or maybe it's just hand to the hip. You do whatever feels comfortable, reaching up when you're ready, and let's swap it over. So planting that left hand to the inside of the left leg, and then perhaps binding your right arm, opening through the chest. Really good for the hips here too. As you're ready, let's plant that right hand down. Heel toe that left foot out to the outer edge of the mat, maybe rolling over onto the outer edge of the left foot. And again, keep that core engaged. If you want to take it further, you can also take the forearms down to the floor. Just keep pressing through those elbows to keep the shoulders broad. Let's plant the hands, and as you're ready, maybe bend that right knee, sweep that left arm back, and draw the heel in towards the buttock, in towards the body. Again, you don't have to go this far. If it's not feeling good, please feel free to release. This is your body, your practice. Let's plant both hands, sweeping that left knee next to the right. And once again, coming into our cat-cow, just helping to open across the shoulders, open through the belly. Just relieve anything that might be hiding in the spine, opening up the blood circulation, the energy circulation, before finding your downward facing dog. Just keeping those armpits engaging inwards towards each other, fingers spread nice and wide, feet hip width apart. If you want to take this further, threading your back of right hand to the outside of the left leg and twisting your chest open to the left, gazing up underneath that left armpit, and then swapping over to the other side. So back of left hand outside of right leg, gazing underneath the right armpit. This is opening up through the thoracic spine, through the ribs. As you're ready, let's find our downward facing dog, and then three-legged dog. Right leg lifts, bending right knee, stacking right hip on top of left, and then simply keep everything as it is and draw some nice big circles with that right knee, helping to open through that hip and also through lower back. Beautiful. Three-legged dog, right leg, extend that leg as much as you can. And then as you're ready, gently stepping that right foot through. Lowering the left heel in about 45 degrees or 90 degrees, and then reaching that left arm overhead, upper arm in line with ear, and then gently placing that left hand down, stepping back into your downward facing dog, a little movement through the lower back, and then as you're ready, transitioning to the other side. So we lift left leg, bend left knee, let's draw that heel towards the right buttock, and then as you're ready, nice big circles with that left knee, mobilizing that left hip joint, pressing firmly into those hands. Support yourself through your shoulders, keep the core engaged to help facilitate safe movement for your spine. And when you're ready, let's step that left foot through, reaching right arm overhead, upper arm in line with ear, back heel in about 90 degrees, opening through the chest, and then planting that right hand down. Let's step back into our downward facing dog once again, feet hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart. And then slowly as you're ready, let's roll ourselves forwards into our tabletop. And just start to move once again, free movement through the body. Looking for any tension that you might like to release. Free movement is a beautiful way to release through those finer muscles. It's very easy to stretch out our key muscle groups, but when we allow ourselves to move freely and enjoy that sensation in the body, it can really help to release even further. Let's find our child's pose, perhaps an active child's pose with the middle palm lifting away, or otherwise just releasing the hands all the way down to the mat. Another option here is bending the elbows, hands to the shoulders, and feel like the elbows are drawing back towards the body to stretch the triceps out. Another option for the shoulders is bend the elbows to about 90 degrees, fingers point in front, press down through the forearms, or maybe flipping the hands around so that the fingers point towards the feet and press down through the top of the forearms. If you want to stretch out the wrists, draw the tops of the hands next to the knees and squeeze the elbows in, shoulders down. Again, shoulders down, helping to stretch everything out. If you experience high blood pressure, if it just feels better for your neck, maybe 2 fists underneath the forehead is a beautiful option. Or if you're working prenatally or you just need a little bit more opening through the hips, knees mat width apart is also a beautiful option. So these are all variations of child's pose. And again, we breathe. Always important in our practice to take the time to find the breath. As you're ready, let's draw the knees together. And gently allow the hands to rest in the lap. Feeling the breath draw up from the earth into the heart.